has to go aftermarket and get this kind of a serviceability. It comes with the KTM. It's right there for you to service your clutch if needed. Although this clutch has been so strong, it's hydraulically operated, self-adjusting, works really smooth, low lever effort, and it's been beefed up for the additional stress and capacity needed for an ATV. So the clutch is bulletproof. Clean design, no water pump here as I spoke of earlier. This case would come off very easy for you. Again, you can see all the room, and it's a good time to point out this. How many of you have owned a 4-stroke ATV and really not even been able to access the spark plug? We have access to the spark plug right here on the engine, and it's okay if you can't quite see, but I can promise you that right here is access to the top of the plug. So you don't have to remove the radiator shroud, you don't have to move the gas tank, you can get to your plug if it's ever needed. Kind of brings me to a point that I might have to show you later, but right under this seat and gas tank area are 2 easy access valve adjuster covers that allow you to go to the roller rocker and adjust a screw and a nut design on the tip of the valve and set your clearance to 4/1000ths and 5/1000ths. Very easy, very quick, no cost. It's not like some of the past product where you've had to take camshafts out of the cylinder head to adjust your valves. The consumer with a little bit of technical knowledge could handle this himself. And if not, the amount of labor cost involved at your dealership is going to be minimal because it's a very, very quick job. With all that, I mean, where do you stop on this machine? I can kind of keep going and show you a lot more. They've put guards on it. They've got high quality seals everywhere. But let's lower the bike down just a little bit and see if I can share a few more items with you. Okay? If you can imagine hitting a deep soot part of the trail where all this fine dust and powder comes into your airbox, having a spare filter ready and actually going through a service change that might take a racer 20 seconds. A guy could probably win a race. I could probably tell you that a racer could win a race off of how fast he can change this air filter. If you have a moment, I want to take you through this. Here's a condition. The rider's just swamped his bike in a big water hole, or he's just hit a section of the trail full of soot. It's common to say the Baja 1000. He gets off of his machine, he comes back here very quickly, quick release seat, no tools, flops his seat down, grabs his air box, which is designed for the racer in quick service, folds it up, unclips it, drops it out, puts another filter right back on the screen, on the holder, puts it back into place, and since I'm in Baja, and this is like my only ride home, I'm going to take just the extra moment and make sure that everything is seated just right. Okay, that would be better than sucking dirt in an engine later. At this point, he flops it back down, he grabs his seat, again, no tools, and it's probably a 20-second filter change and he's out of there. So it's pretty awesome design. That brings me to one more point under here. Look at this patent pending, and it probably should be, from what I understand, this high water snorkel design. This is the air intake system for the KTM airbox. And what's more important to me is that you see really what this does for us. The air has to be brought in. The air has to be brought in from the seat region of the bike, which means all the water and the mud are going to be usually much lower no matter what condition. They've even incorporated splash guards into the seat body, and if you'll look at my mud snorkel design going here where my hands are, it's very roomy, so high volume of air. But look more closely, I can easily pull this out. When I pull this out, I can demonstrate to you how this can actually shield splash water and mud. They've incorporated it up into a recess in the seat bottom so that the mud and water would have to travel 180 degrees around a turn, around a corner, even if it's splashed into this region. We really feel this is going to be one of the most mud-free or water-free air boxes in GNCC racing. Okay? That's quick. If a racer wishes to open up his air box, first of all, you can just remove the boot, leaving the back of the air box open. More importantly, though, inside the air box are closed walls when the bike is new. What we're going to do, though, is over time, we're going to be able to, and this can't quite turn the quad, one moment. Maybe we get a chance to see that the air box here is closed right now. But on the outside of this plastic are big air scoops that scoop air from the front side, and they bring ram air into this side panel. If a rider wishes for other types of racing or dry weather conditions to cut the sides of this air box open, he'll have ram air coming through our installed airfoils, or if you will, our scoops, and ram air will come into the box from the left and the right. Now later he may want to cover those back up and go back to his mud or his high water snorkel design if he's going back to cross-country type riding. Okay? So that gives you an idea. By the way, this is the SX motorcycle air filter, so everybody's going to have these in stock. Motorcycle racers that buy a KTM, KTM motorcycle owners that buy a KTM, it's the same filter that your motorcycle takes. Well thought through. Okay? With that in mind, we would actually go into just showing you how easy the rear plastic removes or how easy the front hood removes. But that's a lot of the features of this ATV. And if I could take just a moment and show you that even the detail in its controls. We have this simple hinge design. One bolt comes out, this hinges up, and your levers are free. You know, no loose parts. Again, very good for service. And this, I can't say enough about this. How many of you have been on an ATV that has reverse, and you literally have to remove your hands from the handlebars in order to activate it? If I could just demonstrate this real quick. Reverse is right under first gear, and this is how the actuation takes place. You simply pull the clutch in and make sure your bike is in first. Then you reach up with this finger, and you simply let your foot drop into a lower gate below first gear, and you're off with clutch control. And if you're on an off camber or you're stuck on a log, you don't have to release your hands. I mean, it's even a safety item in a sense. You can keep control of your throttle, you can clutch, and you can engage reverse without ever letting go of the bars. Okay? Those are the kind of things that make this KTM better than any other product on the market today. The 450 design, the 525 design, an 8-year-old engine family that has proven durability and performance. That is what's offered today with the XC model. And I just hope that the consumer will see the value. Maybe slightly more than other competitors in the showroom in initial cost, but at least a $4,000, $5,000, or $6,000 savings to the consumer. And they don't have to worry about matching their parts so that they work together. KTM has engineered all of these high-performance parts to work together and give you the ultimate handling ATV. I hope to see you down the road, down the trail. Good luck with your new KTM.